can't stop the signal now.
Might have had to kick a little Dark Star Empire butt, but hey, that's the fun part of the job, right? Yeah. Hey there, recruits. Just got back in from that perimeter sweep, and yeah. Things looking good. Cheers, recruit. Bottoms up. Here we go. It's coming. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. Who did it better, me or Michael Jackson? Jackson 5. Oh, Gearbox. There's just so much stuff going on, you know. I'm in a place where I just want to relax and have some fun. There's a lot going on. I can't do anything about it. I forget exactly how they word it. The saying about recognizing the stuff that you cannot change, like having the patience to deal with it or something like that, and then recognizing the stuff that you can change, and then having the wisdom to differentiate between the two, to discern between the two. Personally, I think I'm doing better at differentiating between the two and letting go of the stuff I can't affect, focusing on the stuff that I do have control over, such as playing some Oblivion. So it's a good life lesson, if you know what I mean. If that made any sense. Made sense to me, but I don't know. It's just me. Just working on stuff as best I can. And launched a new shorts series. It's going to be a long one. A lot of material to work with. I'm going to crank them out as fast as I can. I got other stuff I'm working on. I got this other Blender thing I'm working on. I haven't had a chance to do anything with it in a few days. So much to do, never enough time. And like the truly difficult part is, the time management, trying to figure out what to focus on, how much to focus on it, how much time to put into it, especially when time is your most precious resource, and when you're busy like I am, it's there's just never enough of it. Especially trying to do something like this, You just keep on keeping on, keep on trucking, one day at a time. Keep on going, keep moving forward. Boom, boom, boom. This whole YouTube thing, it's like, I like the whole concept of this stuff, I do. I really enjoy it. And the problem is the company itself. At some point, you accept it for what it is. And I'm still going to do what I can. And every time, it is what it is. At least as of today, I mean, who knows? Maybe something will open up in the not too distant future, or maybe there will be some miraculous change. In the meantime, just keep going. Keep doing what I'm doing. Doing the live streams like I've been. Putting out the videos when I'm able to find the time to make them. Just hope that, at some point in the future, either near or far, something changes. Something changes. If and when that day comes, I'll have 2, 3, 5 years of content ready to go. So when that change comes, people got plenty of stuff to catch up on, And hopefully in the meantime, I can keep building the Rebel Squadron universe, just having fun with it. So as far as all that goes, I'm in a good place. For a while there, it was very frustrating. I actually stopped making videos at the beginning of the year. I had 2 emergency relocations for Rebel Squadron Command within like a 2-month period. It was absolutely crazy. And then with YouTube, attacking the channel, it was rough. It's like, I'm a fighter. But at the same time, it's like, I had actually made the decision to step away from YouTube and try and find someplace else to go, rebuild someplace else. I finally found acceptance in the fact that there is no alternative. All of these platforms that can be considered viable for what I'm trying to do, they're all just peas in a pod, So it was rough there. I didn't upload anything for, I think it was like 3 or 4 months at least, as far as videos go. Because I honestly thought I was done. After I think it was like 3 months, I finally started streaming again. And then eventually I started doing videos because I realized, well, here's the stuff I can't change. I can't do anything about it. I mean, I can fight the good fight. I can do my best to make my voice heard and all that. But beyond that, I mean, there's not a whole lot I can do about it. And without viable alternatives, you just got to work with what you got at that point. Over here is the stuff I can do something about. The live streaming, the videos, all that stuff. So this is what I'm focusing on. So I'm not going to worry about this stuff for the time being, because there's nothing I can do about it on the big grand scale of things. Continue fighting the good fight, but that's where we're at. Content, live stream, videos. This is what I have control over. So I'm gonna keep building my library, my live stream, my video library. I've got plenty of ideas to work on, concepts that I've either barely scratched the surface on or haven't even had a chance to get started on. That's the stuff I can control. That's the stuff I can make happen. I'm gonna continue working on it, and I'm gonna keep building my library. So if and when that day comes when this over here changes, by some miracle, I've got all of this in here, ready to go for those new recruits coming in. That's not as crazy as it might sound. I watched this video. It was Daniel Batal. He used to do a lot of Filmora videos. He was just a whiz when it came to Filmora. He was able to figure out stuff that you could do with Filmora that even Filmora didn't know about. They didn't realize that you could do with it. And the guy was just like nailing it. And he built up this audience around Filmora. Filmora was my first editing program that I used. I used it for about a year, and there was this crazy glitch that they couldn't get figured out. I didn't have a choice. It forced me to switch over to Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects. They've been great. They've been pretty good programs overall, but I wasn't looking to make the switch until the glitch happened. Anyways, I digress. This guy, he's doing Filmora videos. It was a huge boom because like it helped me out especially as a fledgling content creator using Filmora. Like I learned all kinds of good stuff from him. Here's the thing. Like then at some point he realized his original concept for his channel was to help other YouTubers become better YouTubers. His goal was not to focus on Filmora. His goal was to help other people become better YouTubers. So he built up this Filmora audience, realized, wait a minute, I'm getting kind of pigeonholed here in something I'd never intended. It wasn't my original intent. Suddenly he shifted gears to his original intent, and he lost a good chunk of his original audience, and he'd been rebuilding, stuff like that. But he made a good point. He made a good point. And this is basically what I've been doing. Here's the thing about being a human being. You might have an understanding up here of what you're doing, what's going on, stuff like that. However, like when you hear it from somebody else, it kind of confirms what's going on up here, and it helps it to mesh more, to gel more, And once that gels, it clarifies and it opens up in a whole new way. It's just part of being human. So I watched this video of his. He's talking about how you're building up your library. It's like don't quit, don't give up. Keep making those videos, keep making that content. You'll develop your skills. You'll get better as a content creator. And then at some point, people will discover your channel. They will discover your content. And when that day comes, you'll have this backlog of content for them to explore and to go through and to enjoy. And I already knew that up here. I knew that up here. But watching that video and hearing him say it from an external perspective, it solidified it for me. It's like, I was on the right track after all. And this guy he just confirmed it for me. And that helps immensely because it gives you a sharper focus moving forward. It's been an incredible journey, no doubt about that. It falls in with what I'm talking about. This stuff I can't control. I cannot control this. The people running YouTube, stuff like that, the censorship, the tyranny. There's not much I can do about it. Not with my extremely limited resources. However, I can do all this stuff over here. And they can't stop me now without going full 100% unapologetic tyrant and just nuking, instead of like their stupid shenanigans behind the scenes, just saying, okay, bye, boom, channel deleted, content gone. Now, fortunately, I got backups of everything. Worst case scenario, at some point I can upload them somewhere else. But they haven't reached that level yet. And at this rate, it's only a matter of time until they do, but whatever. It's neither here nor there. It's somewhere in the future. I'm not going to worry about it. So in the meantime, live streaming videos, I can focus on that. I got this stuff backed up. I got it saved, just in case. I guess it's the only way to do it. Yeah, if that day comes, and I'm hopeful it will, there's going to be years of Rebel Squadron content ready to go for new recruits. And it's a fantastic thing to even just think about. It's very motivating. And when you get that external confirmation, it just, like I said, it clarifies it. It provides just even greater motivation Yeah, YouTube, they did their best to beat me down because I will not sell my soul for the channel. It's not that. It's my channel. It's my baby. I'll run this ship the way I see fit. YouTube can kiss my butt. And YouTube doesn't like that. Why? Because it's run by a bunch of communists. However, they don't have the guts to just nuke my channel outright. So we're going to keep on going. It's an immense amount of motivation. Despite their best efforts to beat me down, and believe me, I almost just quit the platform at that point because I was thinking, what's the point? What is the point of being on YouTube if they're going to do this to me? In this video from Daniel Batal, it helped to clarify, solidify that the reason for staying, because this too shall pass. Yes, when that day comes and this does pass, all this work that I put in for the last 2.5+ years to however long it takes to get to that point in the future, whether it's 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, I'm gonna have all that content ready to go. And over time, I'm gonna be improving my craft, getting better at it. Hopefully getting better at it when that day comes. People see the value in what I'm trying to do here, what we're trying to do here, because this is a team effort. Make no mistake about that. When they see the value in it, when they finally truly understand what we're trying to do here with the heart of gaming, with the heart of geekdom. And I know people get all offended. It's like what's he talking about? He's so full of himself now, but it's because they don't understand. This is a whole life lesson thing I'm not going to go dive into because we've been sitting here forever. It's just human nature. It's how it is, especially in this day and age. If you're not on board and they look at you like you're just this arrogant know-it-all, whatever, it's like, it's not like that. You don't know what you don't know. I grew up in a very different era of geekdom. Being a geek was a very different experience. But that's what I grew up. It has to do with respecting your elders, And I'm old enough at that point to be considered an elder in the geek community. That's what I'm getting at. And I'm trying to teach the younger generations a few things here that they do not understand. And the reason, it's not because they're stupid. It's not because they're not capable of understanding. It's because they grew up with a completely different era of geekdom. It's watered down, twisted around. And I'm trying to get the true heart of geekdom back out there to teach it to these guys, to these younger generations. I'm trying to help them understand because they're down here. They're like they're having fun or whatever, but they're also getting beat down. So many of these channels, they just complain. And they're valid complaints, don't get me wrong. But there's so little positive stuff in the geekdom right now. I'm trying to build some positive stuff and raise the bar and mentor the younger generation of geeks. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm not trying to tear people down. I'm trying to build things up, and build a community around that concept. So hopefully the day's gonna come when people finally understand that and they see the value in what we're trying to do here at Rebel Squadron, And if and when that day comes, I sincerely hope and believe that it will come. There's gonna be multiple years of content ready to go, along with ideas and concepts for the future. It's not gonna be the end. It's not even gonna be the middle. That point is gonna be the beginning. This is the pre-show here, guys. This is the pre-show. We're in the middle of the pre-show right now. At some point, the real show is going to begin. And that's where it's really going to start getting fun. Take that one to the bank. It's exciting. It is. Now that I'm finally in this mindset and everything, I have this video from Daniel Batal that helped to clarify and crucify, validate stuff that I was already thinking. It's put me in a very positive frame of mind, a very excited frame of mind. So I'm just gonna keep doing my thing in anticipation of that day. And it's a beautiful place to be in mentally and whatnot. It makes it so much easier to do what I'm doing on my end of things. And the community that's already here, you guys, I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. I thank you for being part of the Rebel Squadron, the community, for enlisting in the squadron, for showing your support in whatever way. I believe in what we're doing here. I believe in the mission of Rebel Squadron. Your support makes all the difference. Hopefully someday we can grow the community to something bigger and better. See, here's one thing. I've noticed something. When I get new recruits in here, people in the live chat, whatever the case may be, there's excitement. I can see it. There's legitimate excitement, which tells me I'm on the right track here. We got something here. But there's a little bit of an issue because, like, I understand where some of these guys coming from. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. It's the internet. You can't be too careful. Some of these guys are coming from a point where they just want to connect with other geeks and geek out. And that's the heart of gaming. That's the heart of geekdom. That's what I'm trying to do here. But here's the thing. I can't be best friends with everybody that enlisted in Squadron. I mean, I am trying to make friends here as much as you can over the internet, and I hope you guys understand, being buddies with somebody over the internet is not the same thing as being buddies with somebody in real life. They're two very different things. So you gotta have that awareness. It's very important for your own safety, if nothing else. But it is possible to build up internet friendships. Luna is a great example. She's been a gaming buddy of mine through Xbox Live for a long time. We're looking at I think 7-8 years at this point, long before I ever even dreamed up the concept of Rebel Squadron. So that's why she's been the most frequent guest on the channel. I get her permission to use the gaming content that we've put together, made together, because I've known her a long time. A lot of the guys a lot of the recruits coming in, I think they're looking for the same type of thing, that geek friendship, to cut loose, have fun, have a good time, gaming, geeking, forgetting about the world, that are the type of escapism that we're into. There's all kinds of stuff I'm interested in. This just happens to be the most accessible. And like I said, I've been a geek since as far back as I remember, since I was 3 years old. It's in my blood. Pop culture matters, But people come into the channel and they want. I can tell they want that experience. They do. And it's very difficult to find nowadays because modern gaming, modern geekdom it's so twisted around. It's so upside down. I'm not ragging on anybody right now. I'm just stating facts right now to try and explain and clarify and help people understand. Things are a mess, guys. Things are a mess. I'm trying to do my part to clean up that mess. One stream at a time, one video at a time, one recruit at a time. So when guys come in, when people, recruits come in here, they ask if they can play the game with me. Stuff like that, Unfortunately, that's just not realistic. But here's the thing, though. It tells me that there is a need and a desire for what we're trying to do here with the heart of gaming, the heart of geekdom. It's needed out there in the world of pop culture. That's what it tells me. I'm still figuring stuff out. Constantly learning something new, something, piece falls into place. It's a constant ongoing process. But that's why I believe in it. Because it's stuff like that. But the cold reality is I can't be best friends with anybody that comes into the channel. We've got a small community right now. It's small enough to where I can interact with everybody. But if this goes the way I'm hoping it goes, the way I think it's going to go at some point, if and when the community expands and blows up and gets bigger, I'm not going to be able to be best friends with everybody. I can't sit here and they come in the live chat, hey, can I play a game with you? Even right now, it's just not feasible. But I understand the desire for it, because you want to hang out with somebody that shares your interest, that has that geek passion, the true geek spirit, the heart of the geek. And it's so difficult to find. We're so connected, as not only as a society in America, but as just a human race around the globe. The internet has just made the world so smaller than it used to be. I talk to people from around the globe through the internet, through the channel, whatever. It's amazing. But even with this global connectivity, instant communication, something is missing. Something has been lost in translation. And that something is what I'm trying to build here at Rebel Squadron. I see it, I recognize it, I feel it myself. Because I grew up with it, and it got hijacked, and the heart of geekdom got lost along the way. I want it back. We're in the process of rebuilding it here at Rebel Squadron. It's the fact that I see guys coming in. That proves to me that we're on the right track. It's only a matter of time. One of my goals with the community, I can't be best friends with everybody. One of my goals is to build a safe community. Perverts and weirdos are not allowed. If there's any hint of impropriety, they're gone. I'm not screwing around. I'm not messing around. I'm not playing around. I've been around a long time. I've been on the internet a very long time, since the days of AOL. dial up, you have mail. I go back on this stuff a very long ways, and I have seen how it has changed, how it has evolved, how it's in the ways that it's gotten better and the ways that it's gotten worse. You guys have no idea how much I have experienced personally. And I know the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it is my goal to keep the bad out as much as is humanly possible. While building up the good, there's always going to be ugly. It's just part of human nature. The key is how you handle the ugly. The bad is the bad, and it has no place here. So the goal is to build a community where people can geek out safely without these weirdo perverts infiltrating, and they do. They've already tried numerous times. I've had to kick out several weirdo perverts that have tried to infiltrate my channel, and they're long gone history. They're not welcome. So the recruits that are a legitimate part of the squadron, the long-term goal is to give them the opportunity to make new friendships as much as, through the internet, as much as you can. Now, I'm not saying people need to hang out in person. You gotta be careful about this stuff, guys. You do. You have to be careful about this stuff. But the long-term goal is to build up a community. Grow it bigger. It's where people aren't just trying to play the game with me while I'm streaming. The goal is to build up a community of internet geek friends that can play games together, hang out in the cantina, geek out without the weirdo perverts, the nonsense. Get back to the true heart of geekdom. That is the long-term goal. Because I'm only one man. I can't be best friends with everybody. It's just, this is a part of the limitation of being a human being, which is why the community is important, because that way everybody's not vying for my attention. We build that community and people can interact with each other, build those friendships with each other. Trust me, guys, I get it. I do. And I'm doing the best I can. There's only, like I said, I'm one man, there's only so much I can do. If we can build this community, I got this amazing vision for the community and the channel. And if we can get there, we can build this up. It's gonna be so much fun. It really is. And it's gonna, the weird stuff is not gonna be allowed. It's gonna be the heart of geekdom, as it was meant to be. So that was an interesting rant. As usual, it kind of came out of nowhere. It's usually stuff that's like mulling over in the back of my mind and everything, and it just kind of bounce around, and then we get streaming and talking. I start doing this rant, and it just it solidifies. Boom. And it's a great thing because it helps me focus. It helps give me a clearer path forward. Hopefully, it gives you guys a clearer idea of what we're doing here. This type of opportunity, it's amazing. Viva La Dirtly, they just purchased their own recording studios, like professional level recording studio. They got to do some workout, whatever, to get it up to working speed and everything. But the fact that they have this opportunity through a freaking YouTube channel is incredible. So when I first started my channel, I had all these visions, these ideas, these dreams of what could be done, and these other channels are doing it. They're proving that it can be done, which just motivates me even more. These other channels are doing it, guys. Guess what that means? We can do it too. I can do it too here at Rebel Squadron. You guys can be a part of that. It's incredible. It's freaking incredible, guys. So yeah, gonna keep on keeping on, one day at a time. There's only very little I can do about this. But there's a whole lot I can do about this. So however long it takes, 3, 5, 10 years, however long it takes, I'm gonna keep working on this till that day comes, and it just big bada boom, geek style, Rebel Squadron style. You're probably bored now. Enough jaw wagging, gun flapping, and all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and get back into some Oblivion action here. Yeah, to be honest, I was just trying to distract myself from the fact that I forgot to save the game. Died. Now I gotta redo some of this. So let's do it. Let's get back into it. Gearbox kicking on over. I gotta redo this stuff.
Can't stop the signal now.